friends, welcome back to my channel, your go-to space for not just UGC NET prep, but for planning your future with clarity and confidence. Now, a few weeks ago, I shared a video titled, What to Do After UGC NET, Even If You Think You Might Fail. And the response was overwhelming. So many of you messaged to say that you felt finally seen, and that truly warmed my heart. In that video, I said three powerful words: pause, breathe, rest. And I hope with all my heart that you allowed yourself that space. And even if you haven't, it's all right. Do it now. Give yourself that much deserved rest. And once you've done that, it's time to gently step forward. Today's video is about your next chapter. Today, we are talking about how to plan your next 6 months after UGC NET. We'll discuss how to plan your next 6 months, how to stay productive without burning out, how to balance preparation with personal life and work, and how to stay motivated. I'll also reveal the biggest mistake that I see aspirants making year after year. So make sure you stay till the end. So go grab a notebook and let us plan this out together. Results take time. This gap can be confusing. Maybe you're wondering, should I start preparing again? Should I wait for the results? Should I shift my career path entirely? Students ask me these questions every day. You are definitely not alone in this confusion. So here's what I tell them. Don't stop completely, but also don't rush in at full speed. Take a moment and start thoughtfully. This is not the moment to lock yourself in your room and start grinding out 100 MCQs a day. This is the time to plan, not panic. Friends, that's why I have created what I call the 4-hour model for you. Reset, reflect, research, restart. I will discuss more about this in just a bit. Friends, the goal isn't to start over, but to start smarter. Now, let me introduce a model I call the 4-hour framework, a simple way to structure your comeback without the chaos. First comes reset. This is the cooling off period, ideally the 2 weeks after the exam. You've hopefully done this by now, and if not, it's fine, do it now. Even if it is for a very short time, this is very important for all that lies ahead. During this time, your only job is to allow yourself to exist without guilt. Sleep well, proper 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Do non-academic things, binge a show, go out for a walk, cook something new, hang out with friends, spend time with family. Let yourself be more than teaching aptitude and data interpretation. You have earned the right to be human. Next comes reflect. Once you've had your rest, gently sit down and ask yourself, which topics felt weak? Was your strategy effective? Did you revise or just read? How was your mental health? Did you love the process or just survive it? This reflection gives your next round direction. Then comes research. By week 3 or 4, begin light research. Not the intense kind, just exploring your options. Look up PhD deadlines, job openings, fellowships, any syllabus or pattern changes. To keep a track of all this, follow university websites, set Google alerts, and start a tracker sheet. This phase is about discovering what's out there, not deciding everything overnight. And finally, we arrive at the last stage, restart. But before we dive in, let me share something important. The biggest mistake I see far too many UGC NET aspirants make is that after the exam, they do all the right things, they take a break, enjoy a little peace, reflect on their journey, even start planning for what's next. But then they wait. They wait for the results. They wait for the next notification. They wait for the right time to start again. And that's where things go wrong. Because waiting too long is the biggest mistake you can make. It steals your momentum. It eats away at your confidence. And before you know it, precious weeks and opportunities have slipped away. So here's your reality check. Don't let the wait slow you down. Now is the time to move from planning to action. You've gained clarity about your goals and the direction you want to move in. So let's restart. Not randomly, but with intention. Starting from week 5, ease into it with intention. Start small. This phase is not about pressure, it's about momentum. It's about forming habits that support your long term growth. Read at least one academic article each week in your subject area. Trust me, this small step will go a long way when you eventually pursue a PhD. Enroll in a short course, take that leap to upskill yourself. Whether it's teaching methods, academic writing, or digital tools for researchers, every bit counts. There are plenty of free online courses to choose from. This is your moment to restart, not just for the UGC NET exam, but for something bigger. Friends, you're building more than a study routine. You're building your life and your career with clarity and purpose. Let's now put everything into practice with a flexible 6-month plan. This isn't one size fits all. Use it as a guide, not a rule book. The first month is all about recovery and gentle preparation. Ease back in. Build momentum, not pressure. Revisit your weak units. Create flashcards or visual notes, whichever study tactics work for you. Read one academic article from your field each week. Dedicate time to what gives you joy, whether it's friends, family, or a hobby. This is incredibly important to help you avoid a burnout. The second and third months are where your structured learning begins. Set aside time each day for focused study. Make space in your schedule to review previous year questions and attempt mock tests. Use your weekends to dive deeper, watch lectures, or take notes on the tougher topics. Now, friends, I know many of you are working full time and this kind of timetable may be difficult for you to follow. But here's the thing, the best timetable is the timetable that suits you. You can tailor this timetable to your needs. Remember, even an hour or half an hour of 100% focused and dedicated study can make a huge difference. Utilize your commutes to listen to lectures, use your breaks to revise topics or practice PYQs. Yes, your preparation may look very different compared to others, but it does not lower your chances at success. Friends, if you're looking for video lectures that can explain difficult concepts in a very simple and easy manner, then consider enrolling in our online course for UGC NET English. We are proud to be India's first animated video course where we explain over 500 important plays, novels, and poems in an engaging way. For more details, check out the description box or download the Arpita Karwa learning app. The fourth and fifth months are for mock tests and mastery. Now is the time to shift gears and start bringing together everything you've learned. Alternate between mock tests and focused revision sessions. This helps you apply what you know and identify exactly where you need to improve. Use color coded tracking or any other tactics you are comfortable with to visually map out your strong areas and the topics that still need attention. It makes revision strategic and satisfying. Don't neglect the preparation for either paper 1 or 2. I know many students end up making this mistake where they lean into one paper or the other and end up focusing all their attention into it. But friends, remember, this is not the right approach. A balanced preparation of both paper 1 and paper 2 are essential for you to qualify UGC NET. So remember to make space and allot time for both. The final month is all about strategy and execution. By now, the exam dates will likely be out and this is the time to focus. This is your make or break phase. Use this time for smart, targeted revision. Watch paper analysis videos as they come out. Not to panic over unfamiliar topics, but to build confidence in what you already know and spot last minute trends. Focus on strengthening your strategy, not last minute cramming. This is also when your academic and career applications come into play. Start drafting your PhD SOPs, updating your CV, and prepping for job interviews. Organize your important documents. Create folders, both digital and physical. Use calendars or tracking tools to stay on top of deadlines and tasks. This final stretch is not just about clearing UGC NET, it's about stepping confidently into your next chapter. And remember, Throughout these 6 months, don't cut yourself off from your world. Spend time with people you love. Take a walk. Celebrate small things. These moments are not distractions, they are fuel. Stay connected to your world. Do you need a no stress study plan? Pick up my Amazon best selling UGC NET Paper 1 book, where we have split the 10 units of Paper 1 into 33 bite sized chapters, one per day, so you finish the syllabus in just a month. Each chapter links to interactive images, diagrams, 100 plus video lessons, and 4,000 plus solved PYQs. India's only book that plans and teaches for you. Friends, let's now take a moment to talk about something we all struggle with: motivation. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You wake up feeling super pumped. You think, today's the day I'll finish it all. You start strong, but by afternoon, your energy drops, your mind wanders, and motivation fizzles out. By the end of the day, you're frustrated. You feel like you failed, like maybe you're just not cut out for this. Slowly, you start giving up. Sound familiar? You're not alone. The problem isn't you, it's the unrealistic expectations we place on ourselves, often influenced by those flashy LinkedIn posts. Let me be very clear. You don't need to live like a robot to crack the UGC NET exam. That kind of toxic positivity, where you're expected to be productive 24/7, is not only unrealistic but also exhausting and harmful. Like I've said before, UGC NET is not a race, it's a marathon. If you don't pace yourself, you'll burn out long before the finish line. I want you to hear this loud and clear. You don't need to feel motivated all the time. What you do need is a structure, routine that gently keeps you moving forward, even on the days you feel tired, distracted, or overwhelmed. Because real success comes from consistency. It is built on habits and systems that work with your energy, not against it. Even when you're running low on motivation, those habits keep you going. Instead of chasing perfect motivation, let's focus on building sustainable habits that support you. Here are a few simple but powerful tricks that work wonders. First, start a done list. Forget about those overwhelming to do lists. Instead, list what you've already completed. Even writing solved 5 MCQs or read one page gives a sense of progress. That feeling of progress fuels more action. Secondly, create a weekly balance sheet. Don't just track your study hours, track how you felt during the week. Include things like how many times you laughed, rested, moved your body, if you connected with someone who made you feel good. These aren't luxuries, they're fuel for better studying. Thirdly, use reward psychology. Your brain loves incentives, so give it some. Finished a tough topic? Reward yourself by watching a movie, baking, or a guilt free scroll on Instagram. This teaches your brain that discipline leads to joy, not just pressure. And fourthly, shift your mindset. Now, this is not just for your UGC NET exam, but a mindset shift for your life. Always remember, 70% effort over 6 months is always better than 100% effort for 6 days. Aim for steady progress, not perfection. Real productivity comes from balance, energy management, and smart planning. And that's what will get you across the UGC NET finish line. Now, if you're managing a job, family, or caregiving, please don't feel like you're behind. You're just carrying a heavier backpack. Here are a few gentle but effective strategies that may work for you in your life without overwhelming you. Use micro sessions. Try the 25 is to 5 method. 25 minutes of focused study followed by a 5-minute break. Even just 2 such sessions a day can be incredibly productive. Do a Sunday check in. Take a few minutes each weekend to ask yourself, which topics or study techniques drained me? What methods or subjects energized me? What do I need to tweak in my study plan next week? Involve your circle. Let your family or friends know what you're working towards. Ask for 30 minutes of quiet or invite them into light, shared tasks like studying while folding clothes together or explaining a concept over chai. Studying for UGC NET isn't just about sitting alone with books. It's about creating a system where your space, people, and daily rhythms support your academic goals. Let your environment work with you, not against you. As you plan your next 6 months after UGC NET, remember success is about pacing yourself with purpose, balancing productivity, rest, and self care. Use the 4-hour model to reset, reflect, research, and restart. Build habits for steady progress. Stay connected with your support system and manage your study sessions thoughtfully to avoid burnout. This journey is yours to shape with patience and intention. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Drop your questions or thoughts in the comments. I love hearing from you. Remember, progress beats perfection, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, stay tuned and keep loving literature.